And there it is, the field of both our players. On the one side, we have Kevin playing the PK HORUS deck.
Ooh.
A deck we haven't seen at all by now. But, I mean, the deck is quite interesting, isn't it?
Absolutely. I've seen this over the week, and now, they have not even rolled the die yet. Okay, great.
Okay.
And that looked like a W for Simon, I think. And Simon is bringing, of course, a very popular deck, at least for the last year. But also, we already had it today in the featured match.
Yeah, the TEARLAMENTS strategy.
Indeed.
And even though losing Guido and Kelbeck, the deck somehow can still hold on.
That's true. And it looks like, Kevin did win the die roll, so he will be going first. And it's not only PK HORUS, but it's also, of course, some adventure cards being thrown in there.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're signing right off a Ramas here, you're feeling super good here, I think.
Absolutely. Let's do this. He has done it probably plenty of times in this tournament, but he is doing it again. And they are playing now for the tournament live. Only one of them most likely is going to advance into the top cut. They're playing at table 7. The winner of this should be locked up to make their way into the top 16 though.
Yeah, and the loser likely is out. So it's very much here on the table, I think.
Yep.
And if you're then starting with Right of Aramis here, normal summoning an ancient cloak and special summoning these silent boots, I think you feel good in your bubble match.
Most important game of the day, you want to argue, because this is make or break. And Ash Blossom at least coming down here. What did we ash? Did we ash Faithful Adventure?
Yeah, likely we ash Faithful, because if Kevin now goes into Cherubini, we cannot ash that one.
That's true. Cherubini is not able to be ash, and that is the card we are going for.
And there it is, Cherubini. I mean, I saw a lot of older PK lists, which even played some Burning Abyss cards, where Cherubini was deserved to be in.
True.
But, but here we will just see a Feather Knight card being dumped. To be honest, I don't think it's like the best play you possibly could do here.
It's still more engine, and more engine is always better.
Oh,
right?
no, I should rephrase it. Maybe like the Cherubini doesn't get so much value of like it could get.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's rather right, I think. The thing now is, I see in front of myself that Kevin also plays like HORUS cards, like you can see in the name Hyper. But did he even access them, or?
So far, there's none of them to be seen. But if he has HORUS Engine now as well, his field might end up looking a lot stronger. But first of all, we're going to get ourselves the Shade Brigadine, and that is Link Fodder for Rusty Badish.
Yeah, and I think that Simon is pretty happy here that Kevin had to search the what's it called, Shade Brigadine or Silent Boost.
Sure.
Now that's one fog play less.
Exactly. So he needed an additional extender. He got that additional extender, but he has no trap causes interruption. So if Steven has a way to deal with the monsters, that may already be enough.
Yeah, and here we see the first fog blade being set, and maybe it's the last one here. We're dumping the Torn Scales, and with the effect of Ancient Cloak, we will be able to get our Torn Scale special summoned, so to get more and more advantage. Because there's still a token that doesn't do much right now, and then we could go for something like IP Masquerader.
Yeah, so the trend of the tournament, at least for the featured match here, is that we're seeing a lot of older decks, and Kevin is sticking to the trend, bringing the Phantom Knight deck, which now has a couple of years on its back. But he is at least pairing it up with a super new engine, with the HORUS engine. And honestly, I still don't know whether the perfect place for the HORUS engine has been found. But the engine itself, to me, just feels so strong. I think if there is somehow at some point a combination of engines, and one of them being the HORUS engine, that might immediately be a meta deck. But so far, it has not found its ultimate place, I think.
Yeah, so I think by now it's quite easy to say why the HORUS engine didn't start super well or something. Because you only have 3 copies of Imseti.
Yeah, true.
And with Imseti being like your main card, I mean, of course, you can do something with Sarcophagus, but comparing Sarcophagus to Imseti is crazy, because Imseti is so much better in your hand.
Totally.
But with Phantom Nightmare, we get a new field spell that can search Imseti, if I remember correctly, and then we might see something else.
Yeah, then that might be the HORUS time, and the HORUS strategy might then all of a sudden overtake all the fire decks. I don't know. I mean, just theory. We don't know.
And here we are seeing Rusty Badish popping our rank 3.
Yeah, our own break sword is destroyed, triggering in the graveyard, bringing back both of them as level 4s.
Yeah, and now I'm interested. What will Kevin summon? Because I would guess of Evil Storm Nightmare.
That would be an option. Raiders Knight is another option to... we just go into a Link
just go
Summon. I mean, the fact that they were level 4s didn't matter to him at all.
Yeah. I mean, the reasoning is quite easy because this way he gets Breaks Out into the graveyard, and with the effect of his Fogblade as example, he can just activate the Fogblade and Reborn in his opponent's turn.
Totally, yeah. So that absolutely makes sense. And we do have access to another Fogblade. It is being searched just there. So double Fogblade is going to be...
Cloak can do that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be...
nice.
That Simon has to go through. Let's double read on Ancient Cloak. But yeah, I think it's just any Phantom Knight card, right?
Yeah, it is. It adds a Phantom Knight card. It's so much better than just searching a monster.
Yeah, absolutely is.
And here it comes super clutch. So let's see. I mean, we see in Kevin's hand the Draco back, card drawn. Doesn't set it, I think, because there isn't really a reason for that.
And did he not set the second
I
Fogblade?
don't think he did, no. I don't think he did.
He just kept it in hand, along with 4 other cards. And he says, like, this one Fogblade is going to take care. I don't need the second one. Interesting call there.
I don't know if the Phantom Knight deck has a way to get rid of it in your opponent's turn from the hand, but
potentially.
But here we see the one of Merly, maybe being the one warrior we need here.
Do we, against the modern Tearlaments deck, just go after this with the Fogblade?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm asking you, but we already have the answer at least for
I
Kevin.
would do that
Kevin does
Super Poly.
Oh
and there
my goodness, Super Poly. I think maybe
discounting a second Super Poly. I should have said that earlier because honestly, I saw that before I said it. But before I thought, like, do you really want to negate the Merly because it's milling free, and what are the worst mills you can get? But if your opponent chains Super Poly, the value is infinite.
Yeah, and I think Super Polymerization is so far maybe at least one of the cards of the tournament, because Super Polymerization has been seen in plenty of featured matches, and it has been super impactful as well. Even in the last featured match we had, you could argue that it could have decided game 3, but Alex didn't decide to go that way. And therefore, Super Polymerization, everyone, maybe get those out of your staple binders, because those might be very valuable in the upcoming formats.
And it's so crazy. We are hitting the screen to get our Soliac to the hand, and even more valuable, we mill Malicious so we can fuse him immediately away to get our Dangerous out.
Yep, that's actually insane. And Kevin now has no interruptions. Look, there's not a second Fogblade.
And we see card
my goodness.
But now a Fogblade hits the graveyard.
It does. Wait, is there a Fogblade? For some reason, there is no Fogblade.
But Kevin, didn't he search a Fogblade before?
It seemed like he did, but maybe he decided on something else, man.
Okay, then I was chatting then.
Same.
That makes sense.
Same.
Then it makes sense why he didn't set it.
Absolutely.
But still, we had this turn Psychic and Tearlaments Kashtira, and now I think Simon can go on.
Yeah, Draco back is discarded, equips itself to the token. We are continuing to mill, but I think we just milled. Was it Denier or was it another?
It was Denier. And a King of the Swamp, which could be valuable later.
Ooh, I think King of the Swamp lately has absolutely not been a staple in Tearlament decks anymore. In the beginning, after the first wave of hits on the Forbidden Unlimited list, it was the card that people were going for, but then over time, more and more people were just going for different approaches to the strategy.
And now he's Screaming Sharon, and with the Mud Dragon, we will see now, I think, a big combo. And we were kind of talking about in our meta discussion, which you can check out on YouTube. We were saying, like, the Tearlament deck lost so much, and maybe it's just Rogue, and it's hard to win with it. But Simon is proving us kind of wrong here, because he is just going off.
Absolutely. He's looking bright, and it's honestly the same thing that Zeomandri did in one of the earlier rounds where we had him on feature. He also just completely went nuts with his Tearlaments deck. And you would assume you cannot go that nuts anymore when there's no Agido, no Kelbeck. But the Tearlaments players we're seeing today are totally proving that wrong, because they are indeed, as you see here, non-stop going nuts. And there is a rank 6 just casually bringing Beatrice to the table.
And with Mud Dragon and Sharon, we still have a way to go into redo, getting the Sharon's fusion summon, to go into Rule Carlos. And I think for Kevin, it's really tough here.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
You know, the funny thing we could have done would have been, I mean, if we would have played it, we could have made a Mud Dragon light and then gone into Chaos Angel.
Like, obviously no space for that in the extra deck, but we do send Trivi Karma to the graveyard, grabbing the Pearl Rhino. So Simon is really, really, really going on and going off here. Speaking about going on and going off, you guys are going off in chat too. Thank you so much for being here. Over 500 viewers is a blast. Thank you for enjoying that beautiful day of Yu-Gi-Oh! With us here on the channel. Appreciate all the follows coming through too. You guys are legends. You guys are amazing. We all love Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's move on with this match.
Yeah, and I mean, Simon just continues to mill and mill and mill. And I'm interested if he can OTK here probably somehow. I think it will be tough against Dragobek, especially with Fateful being up on the field.
Yeah, true.
And then also the Rusty, but maybe he finds a way.
Maybe Kaleido Heart could be the way, though. Just shuffling away the... Can you shuffle away the token? You can, right?
I think you can, yeah, because it's just for effect.
Yeah. So, Dogfire, they are not 7-0. This is table 7, though, so the number 7 wasn't too bad. But that means both of them are, I think they're X1 or X11, so this is a real bubble match. So one of them certainly is going to advance to top cut. The other one will struggle to do so.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the last round of Swift, so after this round, we will see which deck make top cut. Maybe we get a nice looking meta top cut.
We both are the same in that regard. We love top cut breakdowns. We usually do them together for like YCSs and stuff. We just love data, and we, of course, will provide you with that piece of data later on as well, for sure.
Yeah, breakdown. I mean, it's the first weekend of a new Forbidden Limited list, so that data is so valuable. Also for tomorrow, the German Open.
Yep. I definitely do agree. We will have the first outlook on how the format is going to look like for at least a couple more weeks before the release of new sets.
Yeah. And what we saw Simon do here is he just went for Dark, rebonding the IP Masquerena of his opponent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's always like, I'm always so scared to have like the IP Masquerena in my graveyard if my opponent goes Dark and just gets it of me.
Yeah, and I mean, technically we could even go for Sprint here.
But here, I mean, we are running over the token here.
Oh, okay.
We had to run over twice, of course, because of how's it called, the Fateful Adventure protecting the token.
Indeed. Okay, so life points of Kevin going down now, dropping, and I think they will drop quite significantly.
Yes, they should, but I think he will still have enough to survive the turn.
And honestly, he had quite a few cards in hand. He ended on like 4 cards in hand or something. Those were all discarded, of course, by the card destruction, but he got new stuff therefore. And he also got new resources in the graveyard because he got discarded. So I don't even know. Like, is he maybe able to come back with all of those resources?
Well, I'll be honest with you. If I would be in this game, I would still feel kind of good with the SEPK player.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Because playing PK here, you have a loaded graveyard, especially because I just imagine so easily. So the line is very easy for him. Like, he can just search something, rebound torrent scales, and then go off.
Yeah, I do agree. So, what's up next?
Yeah, let's see. How much can he now do? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not... I mean, is it the whole board of TEARLAMENTS? I mean, where is the redoer? Is he not playing redoer?
Let me check. There's plenty of cards in his extra deck, and none of them is redoer.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what? In Lyon, I was quickly talking with Vincenzo Orofino.
Yeah.
And he just said like the guy in the feature match misplayed, and then I said maybe he doesn't play redoer, and then Vincenzo answered like, if he doesn't play redoer, that's the bigger misplay of them all.
And but the thing is, he would actually have another rank 4 which he could have gone into, and I mean, going into Totally Awesome doesn't seem too bad either through the Bahamut Shark, right?
The thing though is the Sharon is dark, so Bahamut needs 2 water monsters.
Oh, true. Okay, so that wasn't an option. You're right.
Yeah.
So let's see how this all turns out. We just entered hour 9 of the stream today, passing the 8-hour mark.
We used the IP Masquerena going into SP Little Knight. So getting like some good interruptions here probably. But still, it's tough. There is at least... Oh, it's reinforcement of the army. For 1 second, I thought he activates the HORUS sarcophagus.
Yeah.
But it is just the reinforcement, maybe even better. I don't know.
And also good catch, of course, as always, by Mr. Herman Hansen in chat. Actually, that is Destiny Hero Celestial, because in fact he's playing the DPE package, and that also explains why he has less space in the extra deck, of course.
Yes, of course. I mean, we saw him. What was it? Milling the Fusion Destiny first, I think. Yeah. First 3 mills there.
True.
I mean, and I guess he's playing DPE then, because DPE is a hell of a card.
Oh yeah.
But let me quickly check.
Especially in like slower formats like those, right? And it seems like it is a slower format. I mean, we featured plenty of combo decks, but the Not by a whole lot of a margin, but the most represented deck is Fire King, which is like a
Mid-range
slower mid-rangey deck. So that I think is a decent approach. But then when you expect Fire King on the other end, you don't really want to have the DPE again.
Yeah, against Fire King, I wouldn't want the DPE, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we see like Kevin's life points being close to being halved. And now just seeing like what are his interrupts he can do. So we see the Heaven's effect here, of course. But now he's deciding he prefers the Reinhardt over the Ruhr colors. Do you agree with that?
Oh, interesting decision for sure. But yeah, I do believe Kaleido Heart is the card that puts more pressure on here.
The thing I see is like, even if he is shuffling away the cloak now, I don't really know if Kevin might have an effect in the graveyard to go on.
Let's see. Okay. Kevin.
Let's see
and
now.
Simon thinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. We also get the Pearl Rhino effect here to pop our Kaleido Heart, sending it, and now maybe, as Herman mentioned, probably might get a DP somehow.
Do we just summon DP on our opponent's turn the hard way? King of his Swamp?
No, that's Rook. That's Rook.
Oh, that's Rook.
That's Rook.
Oh yeah, I was getting too high.
If he might have a way like with, maybe besides Super Poly, not really, because DPE needs 2 heroes. But I was thinking like, can he somehow just go?
But I think he can hard summon it. Not right now, but not.
I think he needs Poly though.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely.
But I mean, with that play, he got Rule Colors and Kaleido, so he might just be the better tier play. And now I'm really interested in what Kevin can do.
Yeah, and also I think it's really interesting to see the different variants of TEARLAMENTS right now.
Yes.
The deck has developed into many different directions, and many of those directions actually work. And we see some totally different approaches here by early on Zero Mondri and here now Simon Schliebs in this feature match. And I do believe that this is great Yu-Gi-Oh! Like when you have to actually invest time to figure out the best way you want to play a deck, a unique way to play the deck, then I support that because creative deck building is something that I'm looking out for in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is his scoop there.
Scooping it up, and I think Simon just goes second through the Phantom Knight board.
Absolutely, that is huge.
Yeah.
That was intense, but that was also insane. And I mean, it looked great. It was really looking nice what there was coming out of the opening turn of Kevin. And of course, he had to search for the Shade Brigadier. That may have been not the greatest, but still, it looked really, really promising.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Fogblight we used on the Merly was the one back-breaking moment we had. And then Merly also milling a Malicious, because otherwise, don't forget, like, the Malicious, without it, he wouldn't have been able to really fuse a summon from graveyard, because there was only Merly.
Absolutely.
And they're just taking it, going into the dangerous, and then just valuing off, getting value. Dark, reborning IP. It's just crazy.
Taking his opponent to Value Town, and that is the comfortable situation now for Simon to be up 1 game.
Yes.
And now let's see what kind of cards he can bring in to support his strategy going second. And I see there is Triple Tactics Thrust. Always we lower our voice a little when we talk about side deck tags and so on, because the feature match table is not that far away, so we don't want to give it away just yet. So Triple Tactics Thrust, as I just said, Talents, of course, also decent card going second, not gonna lie. Then there is Nibiru. I mean, with Nibiru, it's kind of hit or miss, but at least you can take care of the Griffin Rider if there's a Griffin Rider.
Yeah, but there, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't side Nibiru in probably, because I would also be too scared. I mean, even though you didn't see it, if you've seen PK, you should expect HORUS cards.
Fair.
And with HORUS, maybe being able to go into the Photon Lord, which I might check if he plays it even.
There's no Photon Lord, no.
I don't think, so here Nip would be good, but I would expect a Photon Lord.
Okay.
And Photon Lord can negate in your turn and in your opponent's again.
Yeah, fair.
Besides Driven right hand, so your Nip is like -1 of the cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So, NBA points, no, there's no bracket. This is just a Swiss tournament, 280 players battling it out in Swiss. This is the last round out of those 8 rounds of Swiss, and after this, we will be finding and declaring our 16 players moving on to the top cut. We see that Simon is 1 step closer to being one of them, with being up 1 game here. And as we said, we cannot wait to figure out what decks we have in Top Cut, what is going to be the most represented deck in Top Cut.
Yeah.
You still stick to your call of it being Labyrinth?
Yes, I stay with my call of Labyrinth. But I made my call. You did not. What are you expecting?
I mean, I can do a more educated call now, right? One round before it's over. It's kind of nice.
You're allowed to.
I will go with Other.
I mean, the other category being crazy represented here today. Yeah.
No, but I think for top 16, we are going to figure out all the different decks. So the other category probably is not going to be there anymore. So I will stick with Fire King. Boom,
Fire
all the way.
King. Yeah, okay, crazy call.
Fire King all the way. But game number 2 is on our hands. Players are ready. So back to the table we go.
Okay, so let's get right into it. I mean, we see players laughing. I love that.
Yeah.
Being last round of this, players having fun.
Pressure is high, but they still enjoy themselves. That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, I would also enjoy myself if I have the rota. No, I was hoping to use this instead, but it was just rota.
Oh, reinforcement of the army. Let's go.
Yeah. What are we grabbing now? That's the question. I mean, it depends on what we have already.
I like Torn Scales usually, but let's
Torn
see.
Scales for sure.
But the thing is, Torn Scales is not that great if you have Rite of Amazing, of course.
Yeah, of course. And there we see like Ancient Clock being picked up. And the thing I realized is Kevin has the King Sarcophagus in his hand already. And there it is activated. And now maybe he just discarded it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Getting free value. That's so crazy for the.
That's really good, and I think Kevin is really happy that this game he has access to the Horus engine. And Simon, I think, is kind of joking, saying, "Oh yeah, look, there is a Horus engine. Last game you were kind of lacking that. I don't know whether I could have broke your field if you would have had that as well last game."
And I was just not sure, like maybe if he has like something like Instead or so. But before the match, we saw like the last game we saw how lower the potential of the Horus deck is if it PK deck is if it is an open Horus.
Sure.
And this is such a big problem because like back in the days where like those brave adventurer PK piles were played, the big advantage was that Cherubini glued the engines, making you able to send a PK cards or a Water Enchantress. But here now, he just is reliant to drawing it.
Yeah, true. Ooh,
and
what's the card we just sent there to the graveyard?
He can do a Muta.
Oh, that's your Muta. Okay.
The second Horus. So sending Dual Motive kind of signalizes his opponent that he might be on 3 Horus monsters, which he actually is, because mostly Happy is the better one of them. And so we might see a third Horus being sent. And I'll tell you one thing. If I'm playing Horus, I will not summon Zombie Vampire if my opponent plays Tier Element.
No. We aren't going to do the Henry Bancroft move of a YCS Bologna where we just try to mill a deck like Volcanics or TEARLAMENTS or something.
Rip Herman.
No, but I don't think TEARLAMENTS is the deck you want to use that Zombie Vampire against. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, the thing though is like if he had the Photon Lord in his extra deck, I would say yeah, sure, it's still good, but now do you really want to summon number 38 Hope Harbinger against the TEARLAMENTS deck?
I guess it's okay. I don't hate it. You have some applications. It's definitely not the greatest card ever, but it's not the worst either. And I mean, you saw that your opponent, for example, is on like Fusion Destiny or something, so he has on a higher spell card count. So I guess it's all right. I will agree with you. It's not the craziest card ever, not the greatest ever, but still, I think it's all right.
Okay, yeah, you might be right there. Here we just see like him going for an IP. It doesn't really look now that he has the Cherubini access, which wonders me a bit. Because I'm pretty sure that he should have been able to.
I mean, with that deck, you basically always have access to
Cherubini. I mean,
That's really weird.
No. He will just summon Cherubini here. But
it will come later,
the IP.
Fair.
I was just not used to summoning the Bardiche, not in the extra monster zone.
Fair.
It feels so off, kind of, to me.
But Kevin hopefully does not feel off here. There is the Torn Scales trigger in the graveyard coming back.
Yeah, and now what are we doing? Are we sending with Torn Scales?
What is going to be the card? Oh, we banish the Torn Scales.
Okay, we just go with both of them pretty rusty. But I really don't like that play, to be honest, because we are just losing our IP. And before the match, we already saw our opponent using the Dark and then reborning our IP.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. At least it cannot be destroyed by card effects now anymore, so it's a little bit of extra protection. But I would probably go with your shake there of it being an aggressive target for Dark for your opponents.
I mean, one other thing we could do here, if we are Kevin, is we just go our standard endpoint with 2 Fog Blades, or like with the Break Sword or something, I don't know, and then just summon 3 Horus monsters next to it.
Yeah, that would be good. Just summoning those out. Now we definitely are going ahead and going to grab that Fog Blade.
Yeah, and let's see if he can really do that much more. Because without IP, there isn't even if he gets to break sword, I think without IP in the extra deck, there isn't really a reason to go for. And here we see now 2 horrors monsters being summoned. And let's see. Please don't go zombie vampire.
Kevin, please don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, it's a rocket.
Okay.
Oh my, please.
It's
Oh no, okay.
number 38.
As I was saying,
Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy.
Hope Harbinger, some applications in that matchup. It is fine. It is good enough. And Church, yes, it is top 16, but this is not top 16 just yet. We are currently battling it out in the last round of Swiss.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
So I'm interested. I don't know what they are really thinking about now. Because I don't think there's any dark block Kevin could have. And it just looks like.
And was that? I think that was the hand motion of passing. Yep, we do pass it over. And what is the attribute of Hope Harbinger?
Hope Harbinger should be light,
right? Okay, because I think, as it was so successful in the first game, Simon might have the super polymerization again. Okay, but Perler Rhino first.
Perler Rhino. And he just negated with Hope Harbinger. What do you think about it? I think it's worth.
I think it's an easy peasy approach. Just negate the first thing that comes because TEARLAMENTS does not usually play like an incredibly big amount of spell cards. So,
but there is triple tactics.
Immediately, talent is active.
What do you think? Are we just taking the Hope Harbinger?
I mean, we just drew 2 cards.
We drew Chaven.
Oh my! Yeah. And the thing is, like taking Hope Harbinger is a lot worse because he did not even have the space for Zeus in his extra deck.
Yes, and I'll tell. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing: Simon has Super Poly again in his hand.
Oh baby, here we go.
And we are milling Halfness and Malicious.
Yeah, Simon, look, he's smiling, he's shaking his head, he's laughing.
And we already discarded the Rhino Heart, so we might even trigger that too.
TEARLAMENTS will never be a bad deck when you mill like that.
I think I saw Soliak in his hand. So we might see infinite value of Simon now. And yes, there is Soliak.
Okay, that's now all he wanted, all he needs, and he will be going off. There comes even a way to play around the Fog Blade now.
But I'm not sure if that will last forever, but let's see. Because he still needs to clear the board.
Yeah, that's true. But what's the next card we're summoning out? Okay, we fuse? Oh no, we use the effect of.
Okay.
Why is that Rhino Heart in the hand? Oh, we just added it through Soliak, right?
Yeah, we added it through Soliak, send in the tier crush of Rhino Heart effect, and now we will mill 2 more, and let's see if he's built different.
Oh. That is Destrudo, and what was the other card? Destrudo, and what is...
Is it? I don't know, it's crazy.
It's tough to tell, but Destrudo alone is like worthy of a mill there.
Yeah. I mean, Destrudo also being able for him to now go into Baron the Fleur.
Yeah, and also let's not forget, like he now has 3 water level 4 monsters, and that enables him to go into the Bahamut Shark.
You are absolutely right. I love that play here.
Oh, it was Fenrir. Yeah, that's a good call. That was Fenrir.
Okay.
Appreciate it, chat.
And there is totally awesome. Being a crazy card since its release, to be honest.
Limited for a reason. It is still limited, right?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Let me double check. Totally awesome.
No, it is not anymore.
It's not, okay. It was limited at some point, though.
Yes, well, that's quite some time ago, right? So, no. I mean, with the Super Poly in our hand, we might even be able to go for an OTK, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes, I mean, you don't always necessarily need to use Super Poly defensively. You can just use it offensively, fusing with some cards. Oh, just 1 Scream. That's almost disappointing there, honestly, with the mills we had before that.
I mean, Tier Crush only going +1.
Oh, but I think Simon announced the effect of Scream, but there are no more trap cards in his deck. Going second, it looks like he at least sided on one of the Suliks. And, wait, was there? I think we milled 1 Sulik earlier, right?
We discarded it.
Oh, there we go.
And I don't know, is he even playing Caldo on Mudora? I don't think so, right?
He is siding those.
He's hiding those. That's interesting. I mean, that's a matchup where I would side him in.
Yeah, most likely for sure.
Because I'm thinking like he really needs some way to get his value, to get his resources back soon.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Toad is doing a good job there.
For sure. So, Bahamut Shark, of course, always a card you like to link off because it cannot attack the turn it uses its effect. Therefore, easy link fodder. And I mean, we don't even play Zeus, so there's really no reason for it to stay on the field.
Okay, let's see. I'm interested how Simon will try to break the block because the Phantom Knight Horus deck has crazy follow-up if he doesn't get rid of the backdraw stuff.
That's true. So Simon agrees with me that Bahamut is a good card to link off, and it will be together with the
we
Chiron.
go for the dark again.
Link summoned into the dark. Yeah. Destrudo on the
Mud Dragon likely, so we get a level 3 and then are able to go into Baron the Fleur.
That is most likely what we're going to have here. Baron the Fleur as well. Let me double check. Yeah, that is one of the cards he could fit into his extra deck. There is not many options he could take anymore because it's a very tight extra deck, but he does have the option for that.
I think Simon is smart here. He uses like Mud Dragon to declare wind before summoning the Baron.
Ooh. That might have absolutely been the case.
Because I think that would be quite a smart play.
For sure, for sure.
But did we use Dark already? I don't know. Okay, yeah. We're using the Baron on Harp now, I think. Or we are asking what Harp does.
Yeah, the secret effect. Always the secret effects. And of course, it can redirect attacks
to itself. Yeah.
To itself. And I do believe that was resolving here the destruction effect of Baron. Therefore, Hope Harbinger is gone. There's only the Rusty Badish left that we have to overcome.
Yeah, but there are still 2 Fogblights in the back row. So I'm not sure if the follow-up might be enough if we use a Fogblight here. But let's see. Okay, we Fogblight in the dark now. Makes sense, to be honest, because, like, why give our opponent this value? I mean, at least this is a moment where we can use it, because Mud Dragon cannot declare, like, 3 attributes in turn.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Okay, let's see. I think he negated that one with probably Baron the Fleur, so he still gets the IP through. And let's see if we really have a plan, because now I think Kevin should be able to use a Fogblight in the graveyard to special summon back a Phantom Knight to be to not die here at least.
Yeah, that's definitely likely. I would agree. And when you get another turn, there's always a chance to take it away again. And Simon brought himself down to 4,000 life points. I think time so far not really an issue in this because first game easy peasy, second turn it was over. This one is also going somewhat quickly.
I mean, if you asked me before the game of PK versus TEARLAMENTS, I would have said they will have time trouble, but here...
Ooh, super polymerization. Okay. Taking the Mud Dragon and the Rusty Badish.
And this still should not be game.
Attacking with the Totally Awesome, first of all. And when we can negate one with the Totally Awesome and we can negate the other with the Baron the Fleur, right?
I think Baron already negated a Fogblight on the dark, I would assume at least. And now he's reading the...
Okay, it does resolve. Rusty coming back. Yeah. And I mean, we did attack originally with...
He is...
That's... Oh, wait. How big is Rusty? Is Rusty 21 only?
Is it?
Rusty has just turned 21, so he's actually just full age in America just a couple of weeks ago, huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I thought Rusty is a lot bigger.
Yeah, for 23, but we do negate the card that was activated by Kevin there, the Fogblight.
Because the Fogblight, we can just set it here. And now add us back Tierkash, and now we just run over it likely with the Baron. And I don't know if Kevin had some different, but may you check if Fogblight monster gets banished when it leaves the field?
I don't think it does, but it cannot be attacked anymore or something, right? There was like that
but Fogblight is on the field. I mean, the monster had a free one by Fogblight, which would be Rusty.
I see what you mean. Let me double check. So the monster, yeah, it does.
So Rusty should be banished here. I think they will catch it soon.
You're right, and he goes down all the way to 1,750 life points.
I mean, the Rusty thing could get important if he gets another Fogblight to the graveyard.
Yeah, exactly. And look, they just notice it. It goes to the Forbidden Banish Zone. Yeah. And also, additionally, we of course saw the SP taking care of the King Sarcophagus. Now Kevin picking up his card.
And we are using the effect of Baron de Fleur to reborn likely...
Oh, Rhino Heart. We keep on playing. Do we just go for Kaleido here, potentially?
I mean, maybe if we do have a King of the Swamp graveyard, we might also go for Rule Colors, but I'm not sure we have one.
True. And
They just packing it up, right? Don't they? Or
yeah, absolutely. They
Absolutely,
are.
they
That
just
is
packed
the
it
2-0,
up.
2 times going second. Simon Schliebs winning at table 7, therefore more than likely making his way to be one of our 16 contenders for the top cut here at the HDK. What a game that was.
And that with TEARLAMENTS, a deck we were calling that.
It was never gone. It's still there. We are still enjoying all the fusion summoning from all kind of occasions. Graveyard field, it doesn't matter. We are down to fusion summon.
It's crazy, like the TEARLAMENT, and what a game as well. Like 2 times Phantom Knight going first.
It's
TEARLAMENT
absolutely ridiculous.
just fighting through.
Yo, that's absolutely crazy. Speaking of crazy, Margin Cards, thank you so much for the 5 gifties. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. And that game was absolutely mad, and I cannot wait to talk to Simon about this in the post-match interview. So let me give you a quick breakdown of what's about to come. We will be back very, very soon with the winners interview. Then, of course, top 16 on the way. We will work very hard to have a top 16 deck breakdown right away available when we are going with the top 16 featured match. And of course, then still 4 more matches are to be played. Top 16, top 8, top 4, and the big finals where we crown our winner of the HDK. Cannot wait. Hope you still have more energy for the rest of the tournament, for the rest of the night. I hope you guys at home are also still going strong. Speaking of going strong, quick shout outs to all the sponsors you see below us here. All of this would not be possible without them. You see ETCG, the Fantastische Welten in Rostock. We see, of course, Raid and Trade, Ultimate Guard, Gate to the Games, the Whole On Card Shop. All the great sponsors we have here for this event. Everything is just going great. Because of them, we are hopefully, I hope you guys at home are having such a wonderful time as we have. I always have fun when I'm casting. I hope you have the same experience with me here, Icentrix.
Yes,
I mean, it's like the first real event you're casting today, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, and I'm happy to be here. It's super fun, such a nice event, nice feature matches, and also a nice crowd.
Absolutely is. Okay, we're nearing a hype train because Chris Sucker, the top sub-gifter of the channel. Of course, shout out to you, Chris. Thank you so much for supporting. Dropped 5 as well. Thanks for all the sub-gifties. We will be back momentarily with the winners interview. Don't go anywhere. We are talking to Simon about his TEARLAMENTS deck. Here we are with the man of the hour. First person who's most likely going to make it top 16 because a score of X11 should make it. Simon, how's your day going, huh?
Pretty good, I guess. TEARLAMENTS strongest.
TEARLAMENTS strongest still. Did you just play the deck for years straight now?
I play it since release, so Melvick is a brick anyway.
Yeah, so you were not even bothered by the latest update of the Forbidden and Limited list, huh?
I didn't care, bro.
So you just took the 2 cards out and replaced them with 2 others, or did you go with a whole new approach now?
No, I have a new engine. It's called Fusion Destiny.
Let's go. We saw that, yeah.
We won some games, yeah.
Let's go. So is that specifically against one matchup? Because the moment I looked at DPE, I was like, versus Fire King, it seems rather mediocre to destroy cards on the opponent's side of the field, but maybe against other matchups it's great?
Bro, I don't know. It's probably dog, but I don't know. It felt pretty good with the Destiny Hero engine.
Yeah.
And Beatrice Turbo is still good. So.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, I can see it being pretty decent into Labyrinth, for example, and I mean, that's still a very big deck, and it's an easy matchup. I see. What was your loss today to? Labyrinth?
No, the Joshua Schmidt deck.
Ooh, to the Joshua Schmidt deck.
Disgusting. I hate it.
The Runic Bestial deck. I see. So now I think we can confirm that you're going to be in top 16 because we arranged the numbers. X2s are going to top, so X11 should really be in there. I hope I'm not jinxing it now, but I should really not be. So with you now being in top 16, what's the goal for the day? Are you going to win it all?
Oh, I have to play.
You do, of course.
Fuck, okay. I didn't know. No.
It's Subcard, yes. We're not done yet. We're playing out top 16.
Okay, that changes a bit. Yeah, okay. I have to plan.
Look at that, man.
Yeah,
He doesn't know. So that means you're winning, man.
Yeah, sure.
Of course. I mean, if you're now in top 16, that's the only way to go. Only moving forward. All right. So thank you so much for the interview. Best of luck to you in top 16. Maybe we see you again at some later point in the feature match.
I hope so.
I hope so as well. Best of luck to you. And you guys, stay tuned. We will be back with the top 16 feature match very soon, so don't go anywhere.